So good afternoon, microbiology students. It's Mr. Olson. We are on day 2 of our remote classroom adventure where everybody's doing the best they can to work through this. I appreciate your guys' patience. I'm also trying to be patient with you guys. So we've got most of you, I think we're waiting on a couple, but most of you logged into our Google Classroom. You all have the class code. You kind of know how to navigate hopefully some of this. In case you don't, I wanted to kind of maybe walk you through some of that stuff. So stream, this part here, which I think you guys see, looks something like this. It's basically got any messages I've posted. You can add a comment here if you need to, right? And we can post comments if there's something I don't want on there. I can delete those comments if I need to. But this is where, if you have a general question, something like that, that'd be a good place to put it. Assignments are also listed down here, kind of lets you know as assignments come up, they should post on the stream board. Also on the left-hand side, it gives you a nice sort of outline of what's due, when it's due. You can click on things. You guys know the first thing due is our bacteria coloring assignment. I really just want you guys starting to look at what are the basic structures of a bacteria and what are their functions. And so hopefully you listed not just the structures, but the functions. I see something like this. What is more common, or what I think would be more helpful for you guys to know that I'm seeing, is something that looks like this. I can see who's done what, who's finished, who's not finished. This is where you submit everything. I can go then click on here and grade it that way. Looks like several of you have already completed it. Some of you are still working on it, but that would be where you're going to want to start some of that. Okay, let's go back here to the beginning. If you're wondering what's due, when it's due, as you kind of plan things out, you can click on classwork and it lays things out for you. You can also click on Google Calendar and it should also give you kind of a play-by-play of what's due, when it's due, those kinds of things. That's not what I wanted. Let me go back here. Stream. Calendar. There we go. So click on up here in the left-hand corner, calendar. Obviously, you see all my classes here. But you can click on calendar. It lets you know that your bacteria coloring assignment or diagram is due tomorrow. And that 11:59 p.m. basically, as long as you have it in before midnight, which is kind of when that that transition to the next day starts, then you're good, right? So just make sure tomorrow you get that turned in. That's when it's due. And then Friday you have your bacteria characteristics assignment. Okay. I've also posted that on there. So you'll look at the next week. You can see your other assignments. If you're wondering what it is, you can always click on it. Okay. It'll give you your instructions. So this assignment can be completed in hard copy with picture submissions, or it can be completed digitally and submitted digitally. So some of you have the hard copy. If you want to take pictures, you can sure do that. Otherwise, you can do it digitally. All you have to do to do that is you would click on this. It's going to give you something that looks like this. You cannot type in here, obviously, so what do? You click in the right-hand corner, open a new window, and then you're going to need to click download because even now you can't do anything. You'd have to click download. And once you do that, it should pop up here. And now you have a document, once you enable editing, that you can type in and get answer and type in your answers, look through it this way. So that might be easier for some of you, more difficult. I don't really have a preference. It's whatever is most suitable to you, but it walks you through how we actually analyze a Petri dish, looking for different types of bacteria and different morphology, basically the different characteristics of different bacterial colonies. They throw yeast in here, even though yeast aren't a bacteria. It's something common that we grow. So are molds, and so those are thrown in there as well. Okay. Your goal is to analyze this Petri dish, looking at things like number of colonies, color, form, elevation, margin, and opacity, basically how translucent or how see-through is it, okay? You can complete this, and when you're done, when you go to submissions, let's find submissions here. Share, no. Let's go back. you should be able to, I don't see it on here because I can't submit anything for my own class. Let's show you a test class here. Mr. Schroeder and I had spent a little time working on this. So when you go to submit something, maybe like this, you would go down here where it says turn in, but before you do that, you would need to add or create, and this is where you would either do like a picture, something like that, and you could add those in there as well. Google Classroom works on your phone or on your computer, okay? I don't think you'll see the picture thing here for submissions unless you use it on your phone. I don't think computer has that option, but that's where you would turn things in and click submit. You'd click turn in, and then it'll get posted in the class, and I can look at it that way. So just wanted to make sure that you had a chance to look through some of this stuff. As we navigate this sort of new frontier, I'll be posting potentially some videos and trying to figure out how do we turn a lab class into an online class. And so we'll do our best. We were just kind of getting into the meat of the class, so we'll have to work around that as best we can. But I can see the different classwork. I can see all of you guys. If you ever want to look at grades, there's grades there. I can go enter grades in there for you. I don't know if I'll do that yet. Skyward is our end sort of goal, is to get them all in Skyward, but it might be helpful for you to see each assignment here. But please make sure you get all your classwork in by the due date. Otherwise, it'll make it not available and you can't submit anymore. That submission button will be gone. Okay. If you have questions, get a hold of me on the Remind group, or you can post comments in here, or email me. So I'm here to help. We'll work through this together. Good luck.